Hi there, I'm Lavanna Fame. Welcome to Dragon Age Origins, episode 81. Okay, so we are in Avernus's tower. We apparently are going to have quite a pitched battle ahead of us to get to closing the rift. Tearing the veil. Portal, we'll call it a portal. Alright, so let's see if Levi has anything to say.
Terrible things were done in here.
Okay, same as what he had to say before we came into this room. And yes, terrible things were done in here. Okay. We might as well check these out first.
Right.
A Grey Warden helmet, dragon bone as well. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. And we might as well check the corpse. Codex on Asturian's Might. Okay. The History of Soldier's Peak, Chapter 4. There was one mystery, however, that persisted. And this mystery perplexed even Commander Halwick herself. When Commander Asturian went to his calling in the deep roads, he did not have in his hand his sword Asturian's Might, forged for him by dwarven smiths and presented to him upon the completion of Soldier's Peak. Nor did he pass the sword on to his successor, or to any other Grey Warden. While some maintained that Asturian had simply destroyed the sword in his dotage, others believed he had stashed it away somewhere in Soldier's Peak. One young warden claimed that Asturian had once grabbed him by the shoulders, fixed him with an unwavering gaze, and said, "The sword will remind you what it is to be a warden. Speak your oath to me when the shadows come. You must speak the words." What this was supposed to mean was never made clear. From the History of Grey Wardens in Ferelden by Brother Genitive Chantry Scholar. Okay, so... The sword will remind you what it is to be a warden. Speak your oath to me when the shadows come. Interesting. Okay, and we are at 69 out of 69 culture and history. Awesome. Okay, we just have a couple more books and songs to find. A few more notes. One more piece of magic and religion. Lots of items. I don't think there's any way we're going to be able to fill that out. I probably have a lot of things that I should have bought. Yeah, but we didn't, so never mind. And spell combinations. Unfortunately, I don't experiment a lot. I really don't experiment a lot with my spell combinations. Once I find a couple that I really like, I just stick with them. I really just stick with them, so yeah, I definitely should have done a lot more there. Controls, I imagine that's going to be filled out more with the Awakening and maybe the other DLCs, I don't know. I can't remember if we start over with a codex in Awakening or not. But we filled all our quest related anyway. So yeah, pretty much all done. And premium content, okay. Protect Avernus as he closes the rip in the veil. The old Grey Warden mage Avernus has agreed to mend the rip in the veil that demons have been using to terrorize Soldier's Peak. The ritual takes time to complete and Avernus must be protected for its duration. And ancient history. Find Commander Asturian's secret cache. We've learned about the establishment of the base and of its founder's last days. The records state that Commander Asturian may have built secrets into the base and may have hidden something important somewhere in Soldier's Peak. I found the clues, but where do they lead? Indeed, where do they lead? I'm sure that we will come across something that we are supposed to interact with. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at this chest. 33 elf fly arrows. Nice, very nice. Okay, so nothing to interact with up here. What even is that? Because those look like very strange tusks coming out of the mouth. And an exposed brain, so I'm not sure what creature that is, but apparently there was one and he's used it to examine a brain. Cool. Very cool. Okay, so we're looking for shadows or something to get his blade? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure we'll just have a quest marker though. More than likely.
Shall we go?
Avernus.
We must hurry.
Yeah, you know what? We should. Let's go out this way. Why not? Okay. So. There's nothing, well, other than the alchemical solution, which we are not going to be using now that we know for a fact he is a blood mage, and this is a terrible, terrible thing that he has been working on. We're not going to be taking that. So, let's get out of here then. Oh, we're not moving. Stuck on the door. Oops. Okay, Avernus. You're standing like you want to talk to me, so...
We must hurry.
Okay, fine. We will definitely we will hurry. Ooh, if only we could get there. Oh, they've got hatches. They all have hatches. Oh my god. There's definitely no way that this was made... Oh my gosh. In 10 years. Have the traps reset or something? 1, 2, 3... No, okay. There's probably just more traps that we somehow avoided last time. Okay. Cool. Anyway. Ah, okay, straight into
We
it.
must act quickly. The demons are clawing on the gates. The veil must be closed.
That is why we're here. So, what do I do?
I will unravel the summoning circles I drew so long ago. Waves of spirits and demons may come through. Dispatch them. I will begin. First, I must summon the magical energies. I feel them. They're coming.
Damn right they are. He didn't draw those. Come on, those are solid objects. He did not draw them. Okay. Get
I
anything from
can't
leather?
believe my great-great-grandmother was still alive. Well, sort of alive, sort of dead. I need a drink.
Okay, so whatever he says is it's by location. It's by location. Doesn't matter what event just happened or is trying to happen. Okay. Well, let's chat with Avernus then if we can. We can't? We can't. Okay. I guess we're kind of stuck then. Waiting to see if anything will happen. Ah, okay. We are actually stuck. Interesting. Let's see if I can do anything here. Let's just mana clash, see if that'll start anything. No? No? Okay. Ah. Asturian's portrait. Okay. So that'll be where we have to speak the words. But still. We have this to do, and apparently we're not doing it. Well, let's leave if we can and come back.
We must act quickly. The demons are clawing on the gates. The veil must be closed. I will unravel the summoning circles I drew so long ago. Waves of spirits and demons may come through. Dispatch them. I will begin. First, I must summon the magical energies. I feel them. They're coming.
Okay, it really doesn't seem like they are coming, so I might have to dismiss dog, maybe? There we go. And let's try that again, and we'll see if that helps.
They're coming.
Nope, they're really not coming. Okay, damn. Well. Yep, it's just not firing. Okay, well, let's try this then. I found an old painting, one dating back to Commander Asturian's times. Perhaps Asturian's history points to this. Let's recite the Grey Warden Oath. Nice. Very nice. Okay, Asturian stash. We have Asturian's Might, Heavy Infantry Helmet, Heavy Plate Armour, Shadow Belt. Very nice. 1 gold and 50 silver. Oh no! Really? Gosh, well, I guess we're just going to have to actually get rid of the blighted Grey Warden stuff. And it is only tier 1. Okay, we found Commander Asturian's Sword, Asturian's Might, hidden behind a wall in the Great Hall. Sweet. Okay, this is not working, but I'm pretty sure this is a bug I've encountered before, so I will just quickly hop onto the internet and try and figure out the solution here, because I know there is one.
The veil must be closed.
Okay, so the internet says I need to pause and save immediately after he finishes speaking.
I will unravel the summoning
So
circles
pause,
I
save,
drew
and then
so long
reload.
ago. I will begin. First, I must summon the magical energies. I feel them.
Okay, so we're going to save here and then reload this right here and see if that will allow him to do what he's supposed to be doing here. Okay, and reloading. Let's see if this works then. Yep, there we go. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Alright. Just some rage demons. Just some rage demons. I don't think we'll need to use Mana Clash right now, so let's do some freezing. Yep, I mean they are just lesser. Oh, shattered. I love that. Thank you. Oh gosh, yeah, we have no problems here. I don't even need to. I don't need to do anything. There we go. Okay, greater shades, and there's 4 of them. Still probably don't need to use Mana Clash, although they are greater. Let's wait for them to get closer, and why not? We'll do it anyway. Okay, so that's 1 down. That one's a lot lower than the others, so let's just go for that one. Sweet. Oh, Zevran's taking care of that one, and nice, very nice. Okay, now we've got an Ash Wraith, a Lesser Rage Demon, 2 Ash Wraiths. Okay, 2 Ash Wraiths, 2 Lesser Rage Demons. Brilliant. Well, we can freeze the Ash Wraith. Lovely. And Crushing Prison on that one. Why not? Shattered. Damn right it was. Yeah. Nice. Very nice. Okay. A Desire Demon. Okay. And I'm just going to say for the sake of this that this Desire Demon is reacting to Avernus, not us. Which is why it looks female. Okay. What was done is undone. The price is paid in blood. Very nice. Yeah, okay, so there's only that 1 circle left. And I'm sorry, but he did not draw those things. They are actual physical placeable objects. That was not drawn, Avernus. Lovely. Lovely. And there we go. Completely done. Okay. Might as well check out her. 3 gold, 50 silver. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, and now there's just Avernus himself. And Asturia's portrait that we still need to... We're going to have to go and do again. Yeah, let's actually check my inventory first. And we might as well get rid of the blighted Grey Warden stuff right now. Yep, okay. So that we can actually pick our goodies up. Alright, Avernus. You might as well.
It's over. The veil is strong now. Stronger, at least. I said I'd submit to judgment. And so I shall. Can I be left to experiment in peace?
Are you kidding? So every time that I've done this, I always just make him research ethically for the wardens. Because usually I'm not so stringent against blood magic, but this character, definitely stringent against blood magic, definitely horrified by everything that he's actually been doing over the years, especially to his fellow wardens. It's not worth it. It's not worth drawing the ire of the Chantry on you by getting involved in blood magic. And I suppose that's more of a cultural fear than a personal one. But considering the strength of the hatred and fear that all of Clan Sabre have, particularly in Dragon Age 2, against Merrill, you know, she has to have that same fear and hatred. So, yeah, Maleficar bad. Maleficar very bad. So I can't cast him out of the Wardens. Punishment being to live with what he's done is completely ridiculous here, because he doesn't feel any remorse, not really. And I can't allow him to continue. So really, death is the only thing that I can give him here. It's the only judgment I can make. It was your summoning that destroyed the Wardens of old. The demons you brought forth possessed and desecrated the bodies of people you knew, and any who weren't killed immediately, you killed through torture. Your blood magic experiments on your fellow Wardens disgust me. From one Warden to another, I'll grant you a merciful death. But death is all I can offer you.
So be it.
Yep. Okay. Oh.
You've done it, Warden. Soldier's Peak is safe again. A good thing you took care of that Avernus. A blood mage. In the Wardens. Common folk should never hear of that. Some still distrust Wardens, even in a Blight. Crazy buggers. But there was no proof to redeem my family.
Well, your grandmother seems to have been an interesting person. Charming enough to be placed on a pedestal by those who knew her. But so ambitious and unable to let go. I'm not so sure she was a good person. But you are.
Well, thanks, Warden. For so long, I was focused on the past, on answers. But I think I would have been better off had I stayed at home. Enough of that, though. I find myself at a loss. You've got a whole fortress now. I suppose I should start plying my trade again.
Okay. And yes, I definitely want to convince him to stay on. I definitely do. Because I don't have the manpower or the time to maintain this place. We've got a war to fight. We do. An empty fortress. I don't suppose I could convince you to stay.
You know I'm no good in a fight, but I'm a fair trader if I do say so myself. My cousins have been looking for a safe place to store trade goods, and the Peak will do nicely. Whatever the Drydens have to offer are yours, for a sizable discount.
The Peak is solid, defensible. It may prove useful in the coming months. You've done well.
Damn right I have. Thank you, Logan. It's always nice to know when he actually has an interjection. Okay, so Zevran has leveled up. That's awesome. Where are we? We're at neutral with a +4. I have a lot of maps to give him. Yeah, where are you at? 100. I don't even need to bother. I know he's at 100. It's just the extra +3 that from the conversation last episode. That was a little bit, really? Okay, so what does he need? Probably Dex, doesn't he? Yeah, up to 38. Okay. And dual weapon mastery would be awesome right now. Yeah. Sweet. Sweet. I don't suppose you leveled up? Yes, he did. Warden Wolf has leveled up. Okay. So I'll put that up to 38. And with a little bit more willpower so he has more stamina. Yeah. And we have all of his talents. So, yeah, we can't actually give him anything else. If only I could have given that potion to Warden Wolf. Then he could have had the Warden Blood Magic tree. Never mind, Wolf. Never mind. Okay, so, Avernus.
Leave it to me.
Just Grey Warden Arcane stuff. Well, it just so happens that I do actually need a level up for the Arcane robes and stuff. And these are tier 7. Awesome. Taking those. Definitely. And Avernus has kept them warm for me. And that's not creepy at all. Okay. And I'm guessing that I don't have a helm? Nothing like that, no hood. His Grey Warden staff was still rubbish though. But let's get rid of the staff. Yeah. Okay, so we at least got a level up on the armor that I'm wearing, so that's good. Let's just come over here and do this real quick.
Right.
Yeah, there we go. And yes, the quest is completed. Alright. Soldier's Peak. So we've dealt with the demonic threat in Soldier's Peak. Levi Dryden didn't get the answers he wished for, but his trading family plans on using it as a base of operations. Undoubtedly having access to Soldier's Peak will be useful in time. Sophia Dryden attempted to overthrow King Arland. She had her reasons, and it's a matter of perspective whether she was a great leader or a conniving traitor. Regardless, there's no proof of any of it, so the Dryden reputation cannot be restored. The veil has been mended and the demons will no longer be able to manifest in Soldier's Peak. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. That is it. So, Correspondence Interruptus is the only thing that we're waiting on here. I have no idea where any of those other love letters could be. I'm pretty sure I've been everywhere and opened every chest that I could have opened. So I don't know where I'm missing that. But the only thing left is really to go to Redcliffe. Well, I think we might as well speak with Levi.
Once my family comes, I might have some merchandise you could buy. Might tidy the place up a bit too. Well, my nephews will.
Yeah, his nephews will tidy up. Awesome. Well, we might as well go back, check around. Okay, well, we should be able to... Gosh. Really? Really? Yeah, nothing new is flagging up, so we really must have done everything then. Oh, Levi is staying down here. Okay. Okay. I mean, yes, his nephews are going to have quite a lot to do, really. Okay. Let's get out the front door then. Okay. Well, I think we'll have to leave and come back. Yeah, so we'll probably go to camp, actually. We might as well go to camp and see if we'll get anything from Logain. Alright, so he's just taken Alistair's spot. That's all. Let's see if he says anything.
I passed your test. Fate has a twisted sense of humor, it seems. I suppose you think I'm some sort of monster. More so since I survived your ritual. You keep striking at me, and I just refuse to die decently.
Well, you're wrong. I wouldn't have let a monster join our ranks. I think you're useful, and we're going to make use of you.
You're a poor liar, you know. It's kind of you to say so all the same. We must settle things between us somehow or other, or neither of us will get any work done. So, what will it be?
I probably should have gone through this before doing all of Return to Oscar and Soldier's Peak. Oh well. Part of me would like to tell you to just do as I say. But of the two of us, you are the one with the most military experience. So instead, we're just going to have to put all of this bad blood aside and work together to defeat the darkspawn.
Is that punishment meant for me or for you? And just like that, we're allies. I can't imagine it's so simple. I don't know what concession you want from me, Warden. I expect my word will not satisfy you.
Whatever you were before, log in. You're a warden now.
Indeed, I'd almost forgotten that. Thank you for the reminder. I think it's time we got to the point here. What do you want from me? I can't imagine that you spared my life in the Landsmeet by accident. You have some plan in mind.
Okay. Number 1's okay. Number 2 is also okay. Number 3 I'm not going to choose because it's not that I didn't really want him. We do need more wardens. We need more wardens, and he's a tactician. And although the things he did in the alienage, not good. Very not good. But he did seem to speak well of the Dalish elves that he worked with when we first met him in Ostagar. He spoke very well of them. So that put him up in the positives almost immediately. And then, you know, contrasting him with Kaelin and his terrible attitude. He definitely came out looking better there as well. It was just, you know, the betrayal. The loss of Duncan. And all the Grey Wardens. I don't want to say his sentence is life as a Grey Warden because, like Alistair said, being a Grey Warden, it shouldn't be used as a sentence. Not really. He's getting borrowed time to seek redemption. And to help us with the Blight, really. So it's not that death's too easy. And I want to get some use out of him before sending him to die. That's not accurate. Not accurate. I do want to get some use out of him, but I'm not trying to send him to die. So, 1 or 2. Both. I am giving him a chance, but I do want to know what he wants. What does he think of what he's getting out of this life? What is it that being a Grey Warden could mean to him? Not really. My only real plan here was to get the greatest tactician that Ferelden's ever seen on my side. What do you want?
What I want? What an odd question. I want to ride back to Denerim and sit in the war room and find no empty chairs at the table. I want to lose, nothing else. I want a line clearly drawn that I can defend. I want an end to this war. All of this can rightly be called my fault. Whether or not you can do better remains to be seen. But if you can make this the end, Warden, I will follow you, I swear it.
Oh, okay, well. Okay. He's gonna have to prove his worth here. We don't have time for that. We don't have time for him to prove his worth, not really. Especially since we've done pretty much every quest. There's only going to Redcliffe after this. So, yeah, we're probably just going to be going back and forth between camp and Soldier's Peak to see how Soldier's Peak develops with Levy and his family arriving. And going back to camp to see how Login is going to be responding to everything. And giving him his maps and stuff to get his approval up before the end. So, I mean, I'd like to say I'm glad to have him, but that's not the point here. That's not the point here. Finding a way to end the Blight is the point. That's why he's here. To give us the fighting chance that we really need. Doesn't matter if it's your fault. What matters is that you're going to help us end it. We will defeat this blight. And you're going to help us do it.
Andraste, help us then. We should speak no more of this at present. Time's wasting.
Okay. Ooh, 31. Well, they are very, very generous with their approval right now. Gosh. Codex updated. I passed your test. Fate has a twisted sense of humour, it seems. Okay. Where are we? He fled the field, returned to Denerim, sparked civil war, yes, defeated in single combat, and sentenced to undertake the joining ritual who survived and rejoined the fight for Ferelden as a Grey Warden. Loghain has defined himself by the borders he seeks to maintain and expand. He is ever the tactician and likes poring over maps, both ancient and modern. Okay. Well, good. Good to know. Let's see if he has actually anything else to say.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised at your success. You beat me. Perhaps you can do this after all.
You've had doubts about that?
It hardly matters now. I've certainly been mistaken about you before. Do you want something? I suppose I have a moment.
Okay. Right. Why do you hate Alay? What would you have done if you'd won? Were you really going to kill Anora? Well, let's start at the top and work our way down. We might as well. Everything I've learned about you, it all seems to come back to Alay. And how much you hate Alay. Why? Why is that?
Hate doesn't describe it. I've seen painted, masked lords beat an old farmer to death with riding crops. To this day, I don't know why. Is that hate? I saw good, sensible men fight armored chevaliers with nothing. No weapons, no armies, not even hope of success to see the occupation end. Is that hate?
I think so. It certainly sounds like it, anyway.
You won't believe me when I tell you this, but it doesn't matter. I never fought because I hated Orlais. This was for Merrick and Ferelden.
Okay. He never hated Orlais. Alright. No, he didn't say that. He didn't say he didn't hate Orlais. He says he never fought because he hated Orlais. He fought for Merrick and Ferelden. I'm not going to remind him that Merrick is dead. Not going to do that. They started a civil war for Ferelden. He does seem to do that a lot, doesn't he? Fought Orlais even when they weren't the enemy. I can't say that. I can't say that because they kind of are. They've always been the enemy for Ferelden, surely. Yeah, let's just go with number 3. He started a civil war for Ferelden. So what? You're saying you started up a civil war to benefit Ferelden?
I didn't want to start a war, I wanted to stop one. I failed. So I suppose my intentions don't amount to much. In any case, there's no use discussing this. We have much work left to do.
I wanted to ask you something else first, actually.
Go ahead.
How well did you know King Merrick?
He was my friend. If he'd wanted to conquer the Fade, I would have led the charge.
Okay. He seems to have been put up on quite the pedestal. What would you say made him such a great king?
There are men who inspire such devotion that everyone around would lay down their lives for him. And there are men who would come and go from this world, and no one notes it. What makes them so? Your guess is as good as mine. Merrick was remarkable. That's all I can say of him.
Okay. Well, how did you meet him then?
I was hunting, well, poaching, to be entirely honest, when a boy my own age came stumbling out of the woods. He was so dirty, you'd have thought he'd been dug up out of the ground.
Okay. What was he running from? You were a poacher, so you offered to join him. Poaching. That is interesting, but I am a Dalish, so I'm not going to draw attention to him poaching things. I would like to know what he was running from, though. What was he running from?
the traitorous bootlickers who just murdered the Queen, though I didn't know it at the time. He was bloody, exhausted, and obviously being hunted. I offered to take him to my father's camp.
Camp? From everything I know about you, I thought you were a farmer.
That's a story for another time, I'm afraid. I've gone on too long as it is.
Okay. Well, how about this then? Why didn't he acknowledge Alistair?
He nearly did. Merrick was never one to avoid his duty. And given his preference, he would have acknowledged his son no matter the circumstance. But he had more than his honor to think of. It would have ruined Rowan, after all. She'd be reduced to a concubine in the eyes of our neighbors, and put Kaelin's status as heir in question. So Merrick made the hard choice. Eamon offered to raise the boy, and that was that.
He offered to raise Alistair. It always sounded like Merrick had just dropped him off at Eamon's. So everything about his life was decided through politics.
Kings don't get the luxury of escaping politics. But we've been idle long enough. We should get moving.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
If you'd won at the Landsmeet, what would you have done?
I suppose that depends on how much of the kingdom was left by then. Once the border was secure, the army would have regrouped to push back the darkspawn in the south.
Dividing our forces would have been a bad idea. The border was in no danger. See, I can't even say that anymore because of what we found out at Return to Ostagar. Chevaliers were turned back at the border. I mean, even Riordan told us that they were turned back at the border, so... And only he, being Ferelden born, slipped through. But that would have divided your forces, surely. Wouldn't that have been a mistake?
We couldn't, especially after Ostagar. It wasn't an ideal plan, but it seemed necessary at the time. In any case, there's no use discussing this. We have much work left to do.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I said one more thing, but really, this is the last thing I need to ask.
Go ahead.
Were you really going to kill your own daughter?
Anora always did have a flair for the dramatic. She could have been a bard.
Are you saying she made it up? Why?
Anora is a politician at heart. There's one thing she knows. It's how to move people.
So, me breaking into the palace, it was for nothing?
Well, I'm sure having you come to her rescue gave Anora no small amount of pleasure. But enough about Anora. We ought to get moving.
Okay, last thing.
Go ahead.
Do you think she'll make it as queen? You think she'll be a good one?
Anora is a good queen. She has been for 5 years now.
If she was such a good queen, why did you take the power from her then?
Whatever she might think, I never took power from Anora. She may have felt threatened, but I most pointedly did not remove her from the throne. In all seriousness, Anora is formidable. You should know that by now.
She does seem to be quite formidable, yeah. But will the bands follow her?
They always have before. Few among the nobles have ever been under any illusions as to who really held power in Denerim. Anora is strong enough to endure. She may make a few mistakes along the way, but she'll survive them. But this isn't the time to discuss such things.
Alright. So, one more thing.
By all means.
You must have fond memories of her as a child. What was she like?
So far as anyone could tell, she was the undisputed monarch of the whole world. She'd fall, skin her knees, and command them to stop stinging. It may have worked, too.
As a child, she commanded her knees to stop stinging. I really hope that he isn't being serious there. Yeah, did she have friends? She must have been a very serious child then. Did she have many friends?
Gwarren sits in between the Brazilian forest and the sea. It's far from the old Tevinter roads. The village by our keep was never even as big as Redcliffe. There are always a few children around. Charcoal burners, sons and daughters mostly, or the children of servants. They formed into noisy gangs in the courtyard for their games. But Honora never joined them.
Well, what about in Denerim? Did you have friends there, at least?
Kalen. He was a bit younger than she was, but Honora would lead him about the palace like a puppy on a leash, deep in adventures together. I believe the two of them once fought an army of ogres in the wine cellar. That was their explanation for all the broken bottles, anyway. If you're expecting some particular insight into my daughter's character, I'm afraid I'm probably not the best source. I'm hardly impartial.
I think you're the only source. I don't think there's anyone else who knows her better than you.
You think so? I'm not certain of that myself. But this is not really the time or place to discuss my daughter. We have work to do.
Okay, and that should probably be everything that we can ask him. I hope. Well, maybe one more thing.
Go ahead.
No, you know what? I think we've spoken enough. Never mind.
Of course.
+3, my god. My god. Okay, that was a lot of conversation to only get a +3 in. Damn. Oh, we must have been going up and down like nothing. I must have been choosing some very poor options there. Okay, well, I can at least give him a few gifts here. So, we have a map of the Anderfells, a current map of Ferelden, and an ancient map of the Imperium. So, let's just give him the ancient map of the Imperium, I think.
I'm surprised. Thank you.
Hey, we're warm now. 48, sweet. And the map of the Anderfells, where we might as well.
I'm surprised. Thank you.
57, okay. Yeah, why not? Let's just give him the current map of Ferelden.
Thank you.
65. Damn. Alright, sweet. And I should probably leave and come back, really. But let's see if he has anything to say.
You want something? I suppose I have a moment.
Yep, nothing.
Of course.
Okay. Well then. I think I have some more stuff to sell as well. I'm going to have to go and speak to Bodan. And probably do the rounds with, well, everybody, actually. But I will leave it here. And next episode is probably just going to be catching up with all of the companions. Hopefully that won't take the entire episode, but you never know. Particularly since we'll be going back and forth between camp and Soldier's Peak. So we might get to discuss things with Levy as well, and check out their stock over there. But if it doesn't take the entire episode, then we'll probably be heading off to Redcliffe to get the final quest started. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit the like button. I upload 5 videos a week, so subscribe and you'll be notified when those go live. Hit the bell to update your notifications. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.